Did you know 80% of people have black or dark brown hair globally? Naturally, it's the most common. The most rare natural hair color, though, is red. That's just about 2% of the population. If you're looking to spice up your hair color by going copper, cherry, auburn, or mahogany, it's important to find the right shade for your skin tone. Rachel Gower is with the Upper Hand Salon. Their team constantly keeps up with the latest training, technologies, and products, so stylists like Cecilia Kerr can make sure your color is sassy, not brassy, vibrant red, not dead, and most of all, complement the skin you're in.
That's right. And it's really tricky. You do have to find the right tone, especially with red.
Because they say everyone can wear red.
Oh, absolutely.
Right tone,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And a lot of people come in, you know, they're either, like you said, blonde or dark, and they're thinking about going red, but you know, like it's really kind of a fine art, and Cecilia's one of the best at that. So we have 3 amazing models to show you today.
Okay, yeah, because that fine art of depositing and lifting,
That's right.
Because there are times that if you have lighter hair, obviously you're gonna have to deposit some color in. If you have dark hair, that's where things can get extra tricky.
If you have dark hair, we have to lift it as though we're making you blonde, and then we have to deposit back in. So it's a multi-step process.
All right. And red is one of the ones that just needs more pro maintenance.
Yeah, it really does, because you really need to, you have to think about what your maintenance is going to be. Like, what is your grow out going to be? How much maintenance are you willing to do? You have to do home maintenance as well. So there's a lot to it.
Yeah, all right. And it all starts with your consultation. That's one thing you're really big on. It's like, whatever it is that you want, there's most likely you're going to get it. But everything starts with the health of your hair.
Yeah, there's levels of everything. Health of the hair definitely our most important thing. But also, like Cecilia's going to talk about, you know, finding the right tone, like having a general plan and then tweaking it as you go.
In the right light, right?
In the right light.
And just because you saw it on somebody else, you go, I love her red hair. Okay, but she's not you. She's
That's
not
right.
you.
She is not you. That's right. But you are great. So we can find something good for everyone.
All right. Let's take a look at our first model.
Okay, first model is Shayna. Come on out, Shayna. Okay, so here's Shayna before. This is like her natural color. She's a beautiful brunette. Love it. And she decided to go red. So what did you guys do?
Yeah, here you see me doing some baby lights. Shayna hasn't colored her hair for a while, and so she was really excited to do red. So we did talk at length about which side of red should she do. Should she do cool or warm? And we turned out to do warm, which we love. So we added baby lights for soft grow out. She can tweak it as it grows out and fades out, and it will fade out warm, which even cool will end up warm eventually.
That's
usually,
true. Right?
Yeah. And so you can see here, it's just gorgeous. It's soft.
That's
it's
all her own
complementary.
hair too.
She could pull off anything, but warm is really nice.
And because you didn't lift so high, even the line of demarcation is not going to be bad.
That's right.
Out, right.
And she left a lot of dimension in there, so you can't really see it unless you're close up. But she has a lot of her own natural in there, so her grow out's going to be really graceful. And she can pivot if she decides to. She could go darker if she wanted to, or she could keep adding red and, you know, just keep toning it just to keep it glossy and shiny.
Yeah. And even though that's all her own hair, if she wanted to do even some lighter reds or some, you know, even some money pieces and stuff, that can be either her own hair lightened.
That's right.
Or you can end up putting in some extensions, right?
We could do some K-tips. You guys are having too much fun over here.
Right.
We like to look at ourselves.
There's so many ways to tweak it from this point, so it's a really good starting point. She has always looked good with red. I think she's done it here and there throughout her history, and we love this.
It's so
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shayna.
Thank you, Shayna.
All right.
Okay.
Up
Next we have Stacy. Okay, and so here's Stacy before. We love Stacy's before. There was really nothing wrong with it. I do have one little surprise announcement. Stacy's Shayna's mother. Yeah.
What?
So I know.
And that's where she gets that hair from.
Yeah. And Stacy's amazing. So that's where so she's a natural redhead. And she just wanted to be a little bit Stacy plus. So what did you guys do?
So she actually maintains her roots at home. It's a fabulous stylist approved formula. I won't give it away. But when we started getting into deeper conversation, we realized what you really need is a rich Salon Selective gloss to blend the grays and just elevate the color. And another thing we did was a Brazilian blowout. That was another surprise with Stacy because she didn't know about
red
it.
hair can be a little wiry, can't it, sometimes?
Well, and also her natural gray hair can be that's something
wiry.
that so many people deal with, right? And she didn't know about it because she wasn't going into the salon regularly, and when you don't do that, you miss out on some new stuff.
That's
and so we were
Some
really
revelations.
excited. But I mean, it's gorgeous. It was before, but it's even better now.
Yeah. So it added all the shine. She came in. Cecilia was already planning on doing a gloss for her, but she complained about frizz. Like it was a big part of the conversation. So it was just an obvious progression, and Cecilia jumped right on that, and we did a kind of impromptu Brazilian blowout, and I think she's going to be really happy with it. Because
You know, the tendency for a lot of people is to go blonde, especially in Texas around the summertime, right? Blonde would wash her out.
Oh, absolutely.
I love this color on her because I see her face and her.
And this is close to what her childhood color was, I think.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I mean, it speaks for itself.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stacey.
Right,
okay, so now we have Caitlin. Caitlin's been every color under the sun. So here you can see she was doing sort of like an ocean dipped ends, but basically brunette.
Ocean dipped?
Yes, that's the new
thing.
thing.
Ocean
so
dipped?
where your ends are lighter than the rest of your hair. It's kind of like almost like a little bit of an ombre from the early 2000s, but cuter. And so anyway, she decided to commit to the red. So and Lorian did this. What did she do, Cecilia?
Yeah, so Hair Lady Low. At the salon, decolorized Caitlin. It was a full transformation.
Yes.
So it took many hours, and everybody who would like something like this should expect that.
That's
because
right.
Look at the before and after. That's a lot of work, and she has a lot of hair as well. And to keep it intact and healthy and shiny, you got to decolorize it, deposit it, and then do treatments. And ta-da.
So like if you looked at the side by side, a person at home might be thinking, oh, I see, they just colored from here up and it just evened it out. That's not at all what happened. Like Cecilia said,
Rude
we had to
awakening there.
decolor. Yeah, it was a complete transformation. So it's not as easy as it looks. If you want this sort of result that's not going to fade right away, you have to do it right.
Yeah, all right. Speaking of doing it right, some people, they still like the DIY thing for radical changes. For touch-ups, okay, we get your touch-up a little gray, but red is one of the ones that's harder to correct, the red color. So I remember a woman walked into a salon one day and she goes, how much is it for me to get this? And the stylist looked at her and told her, she goes, that's way too much. I'll do it myself. He goes, please do. So she came in the next day and she said, can you please correct this? And he named the price. She goes, that's more than it was to actually cut. He goes, yeah, I got to do a little more work, right?
That's exactly right.
So if you're trying to do something like this at home, especially with certain colors and box color, it just
TikTok is not the answer.
TikTok is not your friend. That's true. And sometimes you'll find people on TikTok, you go, wait, that's your natural hair color. What are you talking about?
Or we didn't see the transformation behind the scenes before you're after.
But even if you get something done in the salon, you have the ability to, if somebody says maybe a little too orange for me, or a little maybe this to what, you can correct all.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have so many tools at our disposal. And again, like you said, it starts with a consultation. So we need to figure out your skin tone, cool, warm, what your maintenance,
and looking in the right light for that.
That's exactly right. So there's a lot of steps to it, but if you're serious about doing something red, we can start small. Like we don't have to jump right in. It doesn't have to be Caitlin's red. But there's versions of that. Like I could do a warmer gloss tone right now, and I might
strawberry
red.
blondes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like Stacey was kind of a strawberry blonde before, and she's just a richer, more Nicole Kidman strawberry blonde right now.
Very pretty, Rachel, as always. Beautiful,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you so much. The stylists at the Upper Hand Salon are skilled in color, cut, style, and various methods of extensions as well. There are 2 locations, River Oaks and in the Memorial area. To make an appointment, call 713-520-0772. Again, the number is 713-520-0772, or log on to theupperhand.com. If you have blonde hair that's washed out, from the seasons, you can go in there and get it all pumped back up as well.
That's right.
Because this is the time of year for that for a lot of people. You can also visit their website at studiohairextensionshouston.com.